just give them about 20 minutes at the beginning of the day to load this thing down. And what they're going to get, they're going to keep a copy of their plans up here on the top. Okay. They're going to put as many boxes of straps up here as they need, so they're not laying them out, which means they're not kicking them down. They're not having to go back and clean that up. You're going to load up 2,000 pounds of conduit and unistrut on this, so there's going to be more material than two guys are going to get through in a day. You can have extra bags of tools hanging on these pegs if need be, but also on each side you're going to put a ladder, one for each guy. So you've got this thing fully loaded down. It's going to still go through any standard doorway, and just through simple organization while they're roughing in, they're not having to go back and forth to a plan table. They're not having to go over to a conduit dump and drag over every extra bundle that they need and lay it out. Everything is on there. Now you're getting into the wire pulling. This will hold 14 2,500 spools of wire, which is more wire than two guys are going to get through in a day. Okay? They still have their copy of their plans. They still have their two ladders. Now you're starting to put all your fixtures up. You've got a mobile, heavy-duty prefab table. So from the time the concrete gets hard, all the way through cleanup, it gets utilized. Now let's just say, for practical purposes, and let's be conservative, let's say and I'll get a little feedback from you guys. With two guys using this in a day, what kind of time do you think they'd save?
Well, we already have, everybody done has a car.
Do they have the Rubbermaid?
Yeah, the Rubbermaid car.
And how much material, as when you're talking about conduit and unistrut, how much material can that hold? Yeah.
And it's not personal,
right. And so let's say you already have your investment. You already have a ton of investment in these carts. But let's say you decide to just go with one of these and you give it to a two-man crew. Here's where it makes a lot of sense. Let's say those two guys in a day, all that they save is 1 hour, which that's conservative, okay? But let's say all they save is 1 hour. Let's say your labor burden's $50 an hour just for ease of calculation. In 22 days, which you're nowhere near outside of doing your roughing, in 22 days this thing's paid for. So regardless of what investment you have in anything else right now, if this has a 22 working day ROI, it doesn't matter if it's $1 million. It's paid for. And there on out, every day, you're banking. And if you take that calculation a little bit further and you've got a job that's lasting 1 year, and you can still justify 1 hour a day being saved, you're looking at like 13 grand between two guys on a conservative scale. And the ROI came in the first couple of months. That's what makes a lot of sense.